How have you found the first couple of days?
It's been good. Just getting to know the guys, learning some systems, but just not to forget just to play hockey. We have a good group in there. So yeah, we're gonna have a fun weekend here. But we're just preparing right now. We're just getting used to each other, getting comfortable. But we're looking forward to the challenge.
So I think you know Topi's game.
Yeah, he's obviously offensively gifted. He skates really well. That's good. Plays with the puck. He's deceptive with the puck. So yeah, just gonna stay back and be that defensive player for him just to let him play his game. But yeah, he's defensively strong too. So, I think that, but yeah, he's been sound defensively. And easy to play with.
What was that scrimmage like? I mean, it seemed pretty physical. I don't know.
Yeah, it was a good pace. The guys were excited to play there. But yeah, that just shows how everyone competes in any drill no matter what. Yeah, just the high energy, just getting used to it. So that'll be good going into the weekend.
What do you want, there's obviously management's there and coaches there, what do you want them to be saying about you at the end of this rookie camp week?
That I just did my role. I didn't do too much. I think when I just stick to my game defensively, just be defensively sound, quick breakout passes, hard to play against. That's my game. That's kind of what they saw in me. So I don't want to change anything in that regard. I just want to keep getting better at that.
No matter where you play this season, what would constitute a successful season for you?
I think just continuing to develop, just work on the defensive side of the game, getting stronger, just picking up on other things. Obviously, guys are bigger, stronger, they have better sticks. So yeah, just developing in that regards, and obviously learning from coaches that use the resources here. So yeah, no matter where it is, I just want to put my best foot forward, just learn, take it all in, and kind of grow as a player.
How long were you up here? Did you do a lot of work here, or just mostly stay and train?
It was kind of half and half. I went home after development camp for a little bit, and then I moved in here at the end of July. So it was good to be here, kind of get comfortable with the guys, with the routine. So I think I had a good summer, and I'm happy that I came early.
You got an up-close look at the NHL at the end of last season. It can seem so close and yet so far. Like, how close does the NHL seem like for you right now?
I mean, it's obviously a big jump, but I think just getting that taste last year kind of showed what it takes, how the guys handle themselves, how much faster it is. I don't like that's crazy fast from the inside, but on the ice it's faster. Guys make games, they're always ready to play, so you can't take a shift off. But yeah, I'm just trying to learn day by day. Here, starting here, and just kind of taking that into my own game and just sticking to it and see where it goes.
What stood out to you most about Toronto? Not the team necessarily, just the city that you're here, besides the traffic, of course.
The end of last year was probably the crowds, and obviously the streets were. It's kind of awkward walking in the game in a suit. We got the Maple Leaf Square there. It's just kind of. I think the food, I'm big from Boston, the North End's big, but around here, every time I've gone out to eat, I try to do the place. So I think, yeah, everyone's friendly around here. So yeah, it's really good.
What's that like so many people and so many fans? What does that mean to you?
Yeah, it's obviously something special. It just shows how much the city cares about their team and the passion they have. So that's just exciting. Obviously, it can be pressure. The pressure is it's exciting. You want to honestly make a difference here in the city. Kind of the ultimate goal is for just to come back here. So I'm just going to continue to develop, work on my game. But hopefully, when that time comes, I'll be ready.
Always are welcome to Leafs Nation.
I'd probably have to say the first playoff game at home, just before the guys went on the ice, that rally was something special, just seeing it from on top. Just how the fans care and just the excitement in the building. It was loud. I was sick of the game watch, stuff like that, but in the Garden when I was younger for games happening and stuff like that environment, it was special.
How have you found the first couple of days on?
It's been fun. Back to some action, competitive mindset, being more of a team. So it's good being back and looking forward to the games coming up.
What's the biggest thing you're working on this summer?
Off ice or both. I mean, off ice, just trying to. I like physical movements are. Work on maintaining that. instead trying to enjoy myself. I think that's the best recipe for success. Whatever happens is very hard to predict, but I think if I do all the things I should do and I do them as good as I can, things can go entirely well. So that's
Watch watched it or close before. What stage?
looks really good. It's a little shorter than me. So there's difference in games, obviously, but it's very technically good and fast. Reads the hammer well. As far as I've seen, obviously I haven't seen that much yet, but looks like a prospect for sure.
I don't want to put in a position where you have to say too many nice things about Finnish guys, but what stands out to you the most about Topi?
Topi? Yeah. He's standing right there too. No, he's first of all a great guy. Fun to hang out with as a player. He's very mature at this age. He's great offensively. As we all know, I think he's great, smart, defensive zone too. So the guy with a lot of perceptions, for sure. I mean, I'm not the best scout when it comes to players, but it's good to know.
For you, you talked about your expectations. You got called up last year. The NHL can feel close and far at the same time. Like how much is that NHL goal kind of something that drives you?
Yeah, of course, that's always going to be a goal. I think I'm not the only one with that goal, so that's always what we work towards. I think I just don't want it to take too much of my thinking or my brain time or whatever, because I think that can create some problems. So, but of course, that's what I'm going for sure. But just trying to do my best.
Have you stopped growing down here?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
On the length.
Okay, yeah, you're 6'7" is what you're
Yeah,
looking at? Or?
yeah. Happy with that. Maybe grow a little more on the.
I was going to ask, you want to put some muscle on, grow into your body, I guess. That's what I'm asking.
See how much maybe towards the time I go in there. It's a long way there. So.
How have you found the first couple days here at working camp? How have you found the start of this camp?
Oh yeah, it's been fun, pretty hard. A couple ices and get to know new guys and a lot of old guys from the last season, so it's been fun.
What was that scrimmage like? It felt pretty physical, pretty chippy. Like, what was that like?
It was fun to play first time after the summer, so yeah, sometimes it's more physical, sometimes it's not. Today, a couple hits and that's it.
What's the chemistry like with Cade?
It's been good. I think when we get to know each other, every ice better, so it's gonna be better. But now it's been good, and he's a very good player. So it's easy to play with him.
He's certainly tall. What's it like to play with a guy like that?
I have played with the big guys before, but yeah, he's obviously much bigger than I am. So I don't know. I don't see that many like big things. Is it different or something?
Right.
Of course, he's the bigger. He can hit harder. And
Right. Yeah.
box out the guys better. But
Yeah.
What were some of the things that you worked on this offseason?
I was trying to, of course, get to more power, get stronger, and working on my shooting and some details on the ice.
How much stronger did you get the year?
I got stronger, but yeah, we'll see that.
What's the next step for you this year? What's your goal?
Of course, I try to get better player and like take the next step of my career. That's the thing.
How close do you feel like you are to being ready for the NHL?
It's hard to say. There's a lot of good demons, and I just try to battle with them and against them. So we'll see that.
How important to have that time in North America, like that 1 year, being on the farm and getting.
I think it's good for me. I know how things are working here, so yeah, it's good.
What's it like living in Toronto? Like the atmosphere, the hockey focus. Like how would you sum up that? What's that like?
Of course, it's a huge thing here, and it's much bigger here than back in Finland. But yeah, it's so nice to play here. Good crowds, and in every game we have a lot of people watching our games. So yeah, it's awesome.
I know you just started it. Did you have a chance to talk about it yet?
Like living in the same town where I live in summer, and we went together on the ice a couple times last summer. So.
Okay, so you know all.
Yep. And he played in Oulu, where I played too, before I came here. So yeah, I know him a little bit. He's a big guy. And yeah, but he's a good guy, pretty like relaxed and not so loud, little bit quiet maybe. But yeah, he's a friend there.
What's he told you about life in the NHL? What stands out?
We didn't talk about that very much in summer, but yeah, of course he said that everything's different than in Finland, but yeah, nothing too much.
Were you on the ice with him this summer?
Yeah, a couple times.
How does he look? He's coming off a pretty significant knee injury.
He's looking good.
Oh yeah?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, he's in a very good shape, and he's very big and good in this zone, so yeah, he was looking good.
How excited is he to play in Toronto from what you can gather?
What was that?
How excited is he to play in Toronto?
Him?
Yeah, from what you could tell.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how he plays here. It's nice to have one Finnish guy in the Leafs. So yeah, I'm excited to see how his season's going.
Again, Dennis was talking about how much he appreciates playing in front of you. I know you maybe don't want to pump the tires of a Swedish guy a lot, but what stands out about Hildeby?
Yeah, I'm not gonna pump his tire. Oh yeah. Yeah, he's a great goalie. He's a big guy. It's easy to play when I know he's in the net every time, and I can trust him 100%. Yeah, he's talking to me also on the ice, so it's easy to play, and I trust him 100% when he's on the ice, so it's easy.
What sort of role do you envision for Max Pacioretty? What sort of impact do you think he can make?
Well, we'll see. I think with Max, obviously, veteran guy who's been beset by injuries the last couple of years, and just a little bit of background. We brought Max in. It's probably a month ago now, maybe about a month ago, 3 weeks ago, for a couple days here, where he was very open, obviously going through a medical exam, but he got on the ice for us, and, just seeing where he was at. He feels that he's had a couple of years here, 2.5 years, where he really hasn't had an opportunity to train, right? It's been rehab. And, he came back last year and jumped in sort of halfway through the season, and at the end of the year felt he wasn't where he wanted to be physically, and was able to have a full summer of training. And so we'll see. Our expectation is he's going to come in. He gives us more depth. All that stuff's going to sort itself out at camp, right? I know we all get excited when we see guys at it here. To me, what we're trying to do is make our roster as deep as possible. I think there's going to be lots of people pushing for jobs. Where everybody fits and who they fit with, Craig and the coaching staff will figure it out. I'm just trying to give them as many, as many options as we possibly can. But we're excited to see Max. Get him up to speed, and we'll get through camp and see how it all puts together, and hopefully can help us.
So is he in a position where he has to compete for a job, or is it this guy?
Everybody's competing for a job, right? Like, you got to go through camp. My expectation is that, Max is, you go through, like, training camp for veteran guys is sometimes a little bit different than training camp for young guys. So my expectation is we'll see where everything goes, but my expectation he's going to be with us. But everybody's got to, sort of earn their spot here. Whether that's on the roster, whether that's playing with who, it just gives us a lot of different options. And but like, to me, there's depth on that left side. I've got Nicky, we got Nicky done, and he's pushing. And one of our things coming into the summer was obviously Bert. We lost Bert, but there's more there for younger guys to take more of a step. Nice, okay? Nick, Bobby, who's we missed Bobby when he was out last year. You had Max in the mix. You've got Easton, who I think is, yes, Kim, he's going to be pushing. So that's why you have, we don't play for real for a month. We'll sort of sort itself out. And usually the players are the ones that let you know where they all fit.
Max isn't a spring chicken, but you figure this new surroundings and enthusiasm make up for a lot of that?
Yeah, no, you know, I know sometimes we want to write everybody off once they hit 30 or something. I must be written off a long time ago. But we'll see. Like I said, to me, the encouraging thing with Max is he keeps himself in really good condition, but he's had time to heal, right? And those are significant injuries that he's gone through, and he's put a lot of time into getting himself healthy. And like I said, he's had a full summer to. I don't care what age you're in. You need the summer to train and prepare versus. It's hard when you're rehabbing, right? You're trying to get healthy versus trying to get yourself ready to compete, and he certainly looks that way.
What is Hakanpah's health? How's he doing coming off the knee?
Yeah, obviously there's a little bit of a delay with Yanni. We had Yanni in town here earlier in the summer for a bit of time. Our performance staff went out there 2 or 3 times. It was him going through his rehab. We're obviously to a point where he and us feel confident, and we'll see how it goes. There's certainly always risk with any person coming off an injury, but he's put in he's put in a lot of work really since. I think he had surgery. He had a scope on his knee, I think, in March. Went through sort of healing and then rehab. But he's doing well. And now we'll get our hands on him on an everyday basis and kind of see where it goes.
Did you have a specialist look at him, I guess?
We had a
final reading on it.
It's been a whole summer project. Like I said, our folks were over there a couple or 3 times and spent time with him and his, the people that he was rehabbing with, and so they were involved in that process. We brought him over here, so like I said, now we move forward.
Hakanpah's the third. Sorry, Hakanpah's the third element. Can you just talk about that kind of rebuild there on the back end?
Yeah. Like I said, we tried to change up our defense. I think bringing in Tanny, he brings a lot to the table, right? I think it's strengthened us not only in his checking and defending game, we can move pucks all over the same way. You've got flexibility left and right side. And then Yanni, to me, he specializes in the penalty killer, into the group. And there's other guys, right? We've tried to not only just, we've tried to add depth there too, right? Looking at maybe 9 or 10 deep, right? And then you've still got young guys who are pushing and those types of things. But I'm excited to see how it all plays out. Obviously Craig and his staff, they've got stuff up on the whiteboard, but until you get here and you see who's got chemistry with who. But I think what it does do, Lance, is it gives us a little, like there's flexibility. There's a little bit of everything. You got puck moving, you got guys that can play the power play, you got guys that can penalty kill, you got lefties, you got righties. So yeah, it all feels great. September, we'll see how it looks.
Well, I was going to say, I think you got a cap to consider too.
You got a cap, you've got a whole, you got a bunch of considerations, but like I said, we've got lots of players. And that was part of the process, is as you go through it, is trying to me, you try to add as much as you can. You're not trying to, hey, you're always tweaking during the year, but, it might be a guy that comes up a month, 2 months into the season and gives you more depth. And, but I like I said, there's a number of guys, both in Toronto with the Leafs and the Marlies, that I think it gives us a lot of competition in the back end.
How do you foresell Robertson on this opportunity here?
Well, it's not a sell. It's Nick was, lots gets made of it. I think Nick has gone through some, you'd have to ask him, but he's gone through some stuff here, right? Like someone's been injury related, and sometimes with young players, their game's still evolving. And got a good relationship with Nick. We talked throughout the summer, and you explained it. Here's the situation. Everybody's got to earn their stripes, but Nick's got. I like Nick. He shoots it in the net, but you got to do other things too. You got to round out your game. You got to be a complete player. But it's a fresh, clean slate with a new coach, new opportunity. So I know last couple of days he's been here. He's excited, and I'm looking forward to seeing him.
What stands out to you about his talent, the way he's played so far?
Well, so far, like in rookie camp, well, I don't know if there's anything new, Josh. Like he's a competitive kid. He's had a great summer. He's had a short summer. He's played late and started early with the Canadian junior team camp. I was down there in Plymouth in early August, but just competitive, competitive dog on the bone. Really good player, but he's a young player too, right? You want to make sure you're putting him in position to succeed and not rushing the process. But he's excited to get going this week, and he'll be excited at camp. And like I said, that's why you go through the exhibition training camp, and we'll see where he's at when the big boys show up.
He's being evaluated right now. Hopefully, he'll be okay. But right now, he's being evaluated by the staff.
What did you think of the hit? It seemed like a pretty physical scrimmage.
Yeah, I think there was a feeling out. Again, you want to make sure that they're playing hard and so forth. I still didn't see it because it was in the far corner from the bench I was standing at, so I didn't see it. But I know the player that did unfortunately hit him. He felt bad. He said he felt bad. So
Always a
hopefully
fine. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
hopefully he's okay. That's the bottom line.
Always a fine line, I guess. You do want to see that physicality, and guys do what they do best. But
Yeah, I mean, when you want to try to create an identity as a team, you want them to play hard, but there's a fine line. Again, we want to make sure we're playing hard, but also, playing disciplined and so forth. But again, that I think it was at the end of the day. I know he feels bad, and hopefully Danforth's okay.
It was Finney who got him.
I believe so. Yes.
What's the next step for Topi Niiemela?
Well, he continues to grow, understanding what it's like to be a pro. He's had, a couple of years now. He was really good for us last year, understanding what is going to work for him and how to be the best version of him. Like he can move the puck, he's smart, but defending and making sure that he's playing in his own end and making that first good pass is what's going to continue to have him develop and play it at a higher level.
How close do you feel he is to the NHL?
It's hard to say. Like, everyone's different, right? It's at the end of the day, that's your goal, whether it's today, tomorrow, or 2 years from now. So as long as he's putting in the work and doing the necessary things that he has to do to become a better player, then then he has that opportunity. Hopefully he gets that opportunity.
What do you see as the next step for Dennis Hildeby?
Just be patient. He had a really good year. It was only his first year playing over in here in North America. So he has to understand just the consistency and being an everyday pro, what it's like. And he's a big body, so it just takes guys like that a little, especially goaltenders, a little bit longer. But he puts in the work too. He's got a good structure. He's got a good foundation to himself, and now he's just got to continue to grow in that regard.
you've got the tall and the small at this camp. Hildeby, Webber, guys like that, and some small guys. What's that like for you to assess, especially at this age?
I think, at the end of the day, you can't teach size, right? But I think regardless of how big they are, tall they are, and how much they weigh, you still expect guys to want to go out there and compete for their ice and understand, what it's going to take for them to be successful and for, more importantly, for the organization to win hockey games.
What impact do you think it made on Dennis Hildeby to get that kind of look with the Leafs last year, the call-up, even though he didn't play?
I think it's just seeing how they prepare, seeing how they go about their business. And I think he has some of that. I've been around pro locker rooms long enough to know how a guy, when he does it right, there's a reason why people end up where they end up, and he has those qualities. So I think, again, patience is what he has to continue to understand, and just control what he can control, and just go out and be the best version of him day in and day out.
Just want to ask about the lineups for the weekend. Have you thought about that a little bit? Mostly the lines we saw out here is probably what we're going to see.
Yeah,
Game one at least.
Yeah, we're only, there's going to be two defensemen that are going to have to, and two forwards that are going to have to that won't be playing for tomorrow. But again, at the end of the day, everyone's going to, the guys that were out are going to be in on the Sunday. So we'll evaluate that as with within the organization, and then as soon as we know, I'm sure those guys will be the first to know.